Okay, we're back. We got a change of venue here. I've let this sit about a day and a half now, and I'm gonna, as I do the flavor infusions in my tobacco, I may try different wait times, but I feel like I've got enough to get the, I've given enough time to get the flavor and the spiced rum and the cherry. Time to really get into the tobacco, so we're gonna dry it out now. And it's a little cold and rainy out. It's gonna get some other videos done, and gonna share a pipe while we do this. Technically not supposed to be really smoking much in here, but it's cold and rainy out, and I've chosen a blend that's a little bit lighter, not as strong as some of the Latakias and everything like that. Some Lane RHQ3 in my Mastercraft Meerschaum lined estate pipe. The one thing I like about the pipe smoke is it dissipates very quickly and doesn't leave a lingering trace. Using my tamp I got some years back from, not years back, maybe a year ago, maybe more, from Gabe, the tallest piper, made me that one with the blue line on it. I'm not currently in that line of work at the moment, but I'll always have a blue line, so. Finished my coffee and having me some guava nectar. I really like that stuff. So here's what we have. You can see it's still kind of soupy and everything like that. The cup is sealed up. Now what I did was last night, just to kind of start the process a little bit, I opened the lids and just let the jar sit for a little while. I closed them when I brought them in here so I didn't accidentally dump any out or drop if I dropped the jar or something like that. But still needs quite a bit of drying time, so I'm just going to get a baking sheet like this. Now I've got two of them, if you remember. I had this one I did with the cherry infusion, and this one's just going to be the spiced rum in the Troost. Now the reason I tried the Troost, I used that because at the time I have some other straight burley that I did some videos a while back that I didn't really care too much for how they were on their own. They were just a little bit bland, and I meant to use some of that one, but I was out of town visiting my family, and I had that stuff with me, so I decided to do that. Had quite a bit of it to be able to do that with. So the Troost is not itself a flavored tobacco or anything like that, and it was just a very transparent canvas for doing some infusion. This is just a good idea of something that you could do with some tobaccos that you may find lacking in some areas. And I'm going to get a little squeegee, these little squeegee things here. We're going to get inside maybe a smaller one, something like this, just to get inside the jar to get every bit of it out. So we're just going to put it out. Now I'm going to do the same baking sheet for both of these. And what I've noticed that the aroma is still very strong in here. Of course, it's still pretty wet in there. And I'm smelling more of this is the one I have the cherry. I smell a little bit more of the spiced rum. I'm hoping when it dries out some, the cherry is going to really come back on top a little bit. And I have this one with just the spiced rum, and I'm going to kind of lay them out in separate piles on the same sheet. So let me put this out. So I'm going to get in here with this, because it will gather up along the side of the jar. It's gonna get a little messy. Okay. So, gonna have it all out in a pile right here. So I'm just gonna spread it all out so that it can all dry well. And I use the maraschino cherry juice because, you know, as I said before, I didn't want it to be like a chemical flavored topping or anything. I really just wanted the natural cherry flavor infused inside of the tobacco. And the rum, to me, you know, it's got two different purposes. It's going to enhance the flavor, add a little bit of dimension to the flavor, and the alcohol is going to help dry it out. Because I'd like to be left with just a infused, you know, drier tobacco with the cherry kind of soaking into the tobacco, and you know, the rum kind of leaving its mark as well. Okay. So here I have it all kind of spread out here, as you can see. We're going to leave this for drying, and it's going to take as long as it takes. I'm not really going to set any kind of time limit on it. I'm just going to come back and check it periodically, and see when it reaches the desired moisture content, once it dries out enough, and you know, I'm gonna pack it back in some jars. We're gonna give it a try. Clean off the squeegee a little bit now. All right, now we have now this is a smaller amount. Stoke this ember a little bit. I just need a relight. Okay, so I'm just going to see how both of these methods work. One with the cherry, one without. And this is quite a bit more laborious than just, you know, buying like a cherry liquor or whatever flavor you choose to use. But I kind of like the idea of being able to come up with your own creations and make a blend, you know, your blend, and try new things. And I may find some things that work better, and I'll adjust my methods accordingly. Okay. A little clump of it right here. I gotta try to break that up. There we go. Okay, so we got both of them kind of spread out here. We're gonna take some tissues and press into them just for soak up some of the initial moisture. Boy, it's still pretty soaked in there. You can see it soaks up quite a bit of it just like that. And I'm going to find a place I can put this out of the way. Good flavor left, or good aroma left behind. Put those. I wonder if it smelled it a little bit too close enough. That happened. So push down on that some, and I'm going to kind of squeeze out some of the excess. Out a little bit. Okay, so we got it pretty much all. You see it's a little bit more pressed, and we're just gonna get that ready to set up, and we're gonna let it dry out some. So we're gonna come back and once it's all dried out, we're going to take a look at it there and do another clip and hopefully get a good smoke out of this. So we'll see you on the next one.